Hello, hello. Hey, Taco. Hello. Fish. Fish. We'll get started in a little bit. I'm just a teensy bit nervous, but we'll get started in like a minute or so. Until then, fish. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let me just go to my Zatsu screen. As you can see, I'm still in my usual outfit. But don't worry, don't worry. There will eventually be some kind of reveal. I was just thinking a lot about how to do this because I was like, should I do it the way that the VTubers do it, where it's like, you know, I start from here, you just see my little beans, and then I just like scroll down, or should I just like, you know, whoop-ah? Should I just like whoop-ah? I don't know. I think it's also because I just not came back, but like came back from watching the Armis debut stream. So like I was like, oh, 30 minutes is gonna be plenty of time to prepare. It wasn't. It wasn't because like everything was like, first of all, my mic stand fell randomly, and then my let me pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, like first, like when I was prepping, my my mic stand like fell, and then the mic wasn't working with PNG tubers. I was like, no, why today? Why today? How was the Armis debut? It was really good. It was really good. So like maybe we can chat about that until I get my nerves out, and then we could do a proper reveal. I was also planning on doing tarot today, but as I was setting that up, I was like, oh no, the bot in my chat isn't working, and like blah blah blah. So maybe like all of this is like really easy fixes, but because I'm nervous, it's like it seems like a disaster. But the Armis debuts were good. I watched both yesterday and today. Yesterday was Gerard and Gold Bullet. I like both of them. It's just that Gerard, you've probably seen it like all over the Twitters and the Discords, but he is very loud. So he's really good at voice acting, though. He's really good at like different voices. But if you're not prepared for the volume of his voice, especially like the way that it fluctuates, yeah, that might be a deal breaker for some folks. But I think he's pretty cool. I think for all of Armis, I'm gonna at least check out like their first week of streams and see how much I like them. But there are a few that I liked immediately, and Gold Bullet was one of them. Gold Bullet was like the second person to debut yesterday, and he has like the deepest voice. Like I think it might even be deeper than Shinri's. But just like Shinri, he also has like a really kind of like addictive laugh. Not addictive, but what's it called when like you hear someone's laugh and you want to laugh? Because he has kind of like the wheezy laugh, and he seems very wholesome, very OG coded. Like he also likes camping. So I might tune into him. Maybe I'm getting old. I'm only mid-20s, but it takes the energy. Yeah, no, yeah. I definitely feel that. I'm only early 30s, and it also takes the energy out of me. Gold Bullet's nice. I feel like Shinri is still the deepest. Yeah, infectious laugh. Yes, exactly. So, I don't know. I feel like when I first heard Gold Bullet's voice, it sounded a bit deeper, but I think his normal speaking voice, I think it's also like his inflection is just a little bit like, he tends to I think like sorry, how do I say this? The first time you hear his voice, it sounds deeper, and then the more he talks and the more comfortable he gets, the more his natural inflection comes out, and it starts to sound a little bit higher. So I like him, and then I like his personality, and then today was Octavio. And he seemed pretty cool as well. I think very much like Gerard, he seems like very like I guess music and voice inclined, almost like the Haka and Axel of their respective generations, But I did like also, what, he also is a little bit Flayon coded, like because he definitely seems to commit. Not to the bit, but that's more of ruse, but he definitely commits to like the acting part of voice acting, which I really like. But hello, who is that? Astro Himbo. Thank you for the follow. Hello. You came just in time. I'm just chatting a bit to get my nerves out before I reveal my little winter outfit. So, I was even thinking like, is this even worth like all the hype that I'm putting in? That it's like, it's a whole reveal, and then like. The outfit itself, like now I'm starting to think like, oh, maybe it wasn't such a big deal to make a whole reveal out of it. But I guess going back to the Armis debuts, Ruse, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was his voice or if it was just his energy. But immediately I was like, oh, I like him. I like him a lot. Hello, Astro Himbo. Oh, you think I'm a cute bear? Thank you. I made this model myself, and hopefully my winter model will also be cutesy as well. So yeah. But yeah, Ruse, I want to say that I'm a Rusader. So I definitely liked his energy, his voice, a little bit of everything, even though he does sound like Rick from Rick and Morty. And I didn't realize until I saw that, like, apparently that's what Axel commented, was like, oh my god, it's Rick. So yeah. You need to watch the Armis debuts, but I feel like, yeah, the funny memes on Twitter, yeah, definitely. So, I think all around, you know what? After Ruse debuted, they had their group collab, their first collab, and it was two truths and a lie, and it was really cute. But I really liked their synergy with each other. Like, dare I say, it did give me like kind of HQ vibes in a way. And I saw someone on Twitter say that like HQ and Armis are almost like direct opposites, where like HQ is very like, they seem very pure and wholesome, but they're really, like serial killers and evil, whereas like Armis has this like very edgelord energy. But it's starting to look like they're just like puppy dogs, so I'm excited to see more of their streams. I'm definitely going to be checking out, like, I think their first week of streams, and then we'll see where we go from there, because I was telling this to my partner Beans earlier, but I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with who I'm watching nowadays. Like I watch Randon, I watch Professor Lando whenever he's able to stream. I watch hey Mega Bronson, hello, hello. Hello, we're just talking just chatting a little bit. Just chatting a little bit. But yeah, I watch well like I didn't see all of your stream yesterday, Mega Bronson, but I caught some of the stories that Beans was sharing. I was watching a little bit of L's stream, so I feel like I'm comfortable with the people I'm watching now. I could always watch more, you know, but like, I don't know. I don't want to overload myself with too many streamers to watch, if that makes sense, you know? So, yeah. The nerves are still a little bit there, but I think, should I do it right now? Should I just do the big reveal right now? Let me take a sip of my tea. I think I should, just so that I can continue on with the stream. To at least do, I might want to still do some tarot readings after. So let's go ahead and do it. It lagged right when you said something about your stream. Oh, I was saying that like I didn't watch too much of it, but I saw I heard about the stories about your coworker. I heard the stories, you see. But yeah, hello Apu. Hello, hello. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do the reveal. So for those that just came by or those that don't know what's going on, yeah, it was great. It was great. Basically, I made a winter outfit for myself, and I just wanted to show it off. And I feel like lots of people do like outfit reveals differently. Some people just do it very casually, of just like they just start the stream with their new outfit, and it's like, yeah, I made a new outfit. But I watch a lot of YouTubers, you know, so like, so whenever they have like a new outfit, it's like kind of this big thing where like they reveal it very slowly, you know. And I was thinking like, should I do something like that? But you know what they say, like dress for the job that you want. Well, I'm gonna not act like a VTuber, but let's just play it straight. Let's do that. Enough stalling. Enough stalling. So how do we do this? Okay. First off, I'm gonna disappear for a bit. I'm gonna go into the changing room, okay? So, oh, you know what? I realized there's no music. So I'm gonna disappear and I'm gonna put on some music. It should be Christmassy, huh? Maybe I'll just put on Chill Hop, just to be safe. Even though I do want to put Christmas music. Alright, is the music going through? Okay, I'm gonna go into the changing room. And let's do this. You don't see me, right? I'm John Cena. Okay, load in this one. I'm still invisible. Hopefully I'm still invisible. Okay, I moved my model all the way to the top. So, let's test this out. You're not gonna see me at first. You're not gonna see me at first. We're ready. Papa. Okay. Huh? Okay, there we go. What's that? You guys, look at the top of the screen. Do you see me? Do you see my little boots? I'm floating. I'm floating. I don't have wings, but I am floating. You see feet? Okay, cool. Well, then let's go ahead and scroll down. Little boots! Little boots! Scroll down a little more. You see my nails? Also, yeah, I'm not wearing pants, but like, you know, my default, my normal outfit also doesn't have pants. So, is this really that strange? Okay, let's scroll down a little bit more. Oh, what's that? I got some decorations on. Ready? Ready? Do you see my little decorations? Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh doesn't wear pants. This is all I need for the winter weather. You see it? And there's more, there's more. See? I have my little cape, you know, with the little fluff, little bow. But there's also more. Look at the top left corner. Alright, let's do some more, do some more. Can you guess what it is? You like the little cape? Yay! Alright, here's my face. My face hasn't changed that much. It's still me. After everything, it's still me. Oh, what's that? There's more! But wait, there's more. See? Same old face. Same old, same old. Can you guys tell what the thing on the left is yet? Ready? Got some more fluff there. I got some more fluff. And you know what? You know what? 3, 2, 1. Here's the whole thing. Here's me. This is my little winter outfit. You guys like it? Does anyone know what the thing to the I guess right of me? Wait, right of me is? Oh yeah, you like it? I'm glad. I'm glad. Is it my stand? No, it's not my... Hi, Kuraketa. Yeah, no worries, no worries. My persona. You don't know what it's called, but you've seen it before, right, Mega Bronson? You've seen it before, just hanging on the balcony? Or hanging on the porch? Actually, it's getting a little cut off every time it swings around, so let me extend... Oh, come on. Extend? Bap, test, test. Okay, cool. No, wait, now my hat's disappearing. Ah, what the hey. It's okay if the... So it's called the parole. Yeah, the plastic star thing, yeah. I showed Beans this model earlier, and he said that the thing behind me is a stand. Oh hey, Young Childish, hello! Hello, you like the purple parole? It's my Digimon? No, not yet. Wait, that would be a good idea for another outfit. For me to have like a little Digimon? To have Bibinkomon? But yeah, so this is my winter outfit. As you can see, I still... Yeah, my little mascot. I do have mascot ideas, by the way. But yeah, I just have this little cape, little bow. I want the Santa hat because I love the Christmas season. Just give it eyes and a gun, yeah. That's basically how you make a Digimon. Just... Wait, that's kind of funny. Can you imagine just putting like Digimon eyes on the parole? And then just like a gun? Parolemon! I'm currently on parole. Hee hee. Digivolve into gun. Mon. But yeah. There was like a TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but I always see whenever TikToks make their way onto Twitter. I look even fluffier. Nice. What's that emote, Mega Bronson? Should I have an emote like that? But call it like Babinka Digimon or something? Babinkamon? But yeah, here's my winter outfit. Got my little cape, got my little Santa hat, because I love the Christmas season. I love the winter season. I got my normal earrings underneath, and I got boots. Very soft and fluffy. I'm glad you guys like it. But yeah, that thing behind me is called a parol. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's like it's a Filipino Christmas thing. I didn't really do the research into like what it represents. I just know that it's definitely a thing. Oh my god, the emotes. It looks like a mix of Pepe the Frog and a penguin. Maybe that's a good emote idea, right? So yeah, it's a parol. You see it on you know what? Let's do some research right now. Should do my due diligence and go on good old Google. Unless does anyone in chat know like what a parol is, or like kind of the the origin of it, because I just know of it. Okay, Wikipedia to the rescue. Let's see what we have here. Parol is written as parol with an accent mark or parul with a U from the Spanish farol, meaning lantern. So yeah, ornament during Christmas season, usually made with bamboo and Japanese paper. And illuminated with oil lamps. Oh yeah, so for my parol, the one right behind me, it actually has a light source. How do I show you guys? But the program I use, PNGTuber, doesn't really like allow for. Okay, let me see something real quick. I'm gonna make the background disappear. Oh, there you go. Look behind the parol. I tried to put like a light source, but the program I use doesn't kind of let me. Because what I was gonna do is the star. You guys see the star shape? I was gonna make it like transparent, like see-through, so that you could see the light source behind it, and it kind of looks like it's glowing. But unfortunately, PNGTuber Plus doesn't support that as of yet. Or if it does, I'm not aware of it. So for now, it's not super obvious, but there is a light source behind it. But yeah, so it's a lantern of sorts, but it's made with different things. It usually has this 5-pointed star on it. Let's see. According to Wikipedia, large disc-shaped electronic versions produced in Pampanga are known as parul San Fernando. Oh, parol San Fernando. Okay. Cool. I don't know. Is there any other, I guess, history details? But they look like that. They look like the thing behind me. Hey Elle, hello. Hope your Saturday is going well. Just wanted to pop in and say your new outfit is awesome. Thank you. And yeah, no problem. Feel free to lurk, get some rest, especially if you've had a long day. But yeah, so I just wanted to like kind of reveal this early because I was like thinking about when I would like do some kind of winter outfit reveal. Part of me was thinking like on my birthday, but I feel like the birthday stream is already going to be a little stacked because I'm gonna like kind of lump that in with my affiliate streaming. I'm gonna lower the YouTube music just a smidge. Or maybe I should lower it on my end. There we go. So yeah, I was like thinking about like, oh, should I actually like wait to reveal this until it's actually winter? Because, you know, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. It's not even Bearsgiving. Do you guys celebrate Bearsgiving, by the way? Or Indigenous Peoples Day. I think that's also a good alternative, you know? Oh wait, Indigenous Peoples Day replaced Columbus Day. I think what's after they put a new holiday after Thanksgiving, and it's supposed to be for Indigenous people. Let me look it up. Native American Heritage Day. So yeah, if you guys are celebrating either of those, you know, I more or less skipped over Thanksgiving and Native American Heritage Day, but it's because I love the Christmas season so much, the winter holiday season. Yeah, are you guys celebrating any of those winter holidays? While I ramble on about this. Yeah, it's my favorite time of year rather. But I was like, yeah, like technically winter itself. Here's something that kind of blew my mind. My birthday's in December. I'm a December baby. And I thought because of that, you know, in elementary school when you learn the months of the year, did you guys ever have like, I guess, designs on like where it says like November, December, and usually November or October has like the fall leaves, and December usually has like snow and like snowmen. This is like what I saw in elementary school basically. So because of that, I always considered myself a winter baby. But the thing is, winter doesn't actually start until December 21st of each year. Or, you know, the winter solstice, but that's usually, you know, it falls like on the 21st. So, technically, I'm not a winter baby. But I went like, what, 20, 30 years before realizing that? Technically, I'm an autumn baby. I'm an autumn cub, if you will. But I don't know, I like the winter season. For me, it's like the fall, winter, it's the best. Yeah. I think it's also because, like, I heard that people who live in like warm climates, like where I live, usually they like winter better because it's a nice break from the usual the usual like hot, intense, burning weather, right? Whereas apparently people that usually live in colder climates, like I have an acquaintance that grew up in New England, the East Coast, and she loves the summer. Because I would assume that's like a good break, right? That's a good break from the usual cold weather. So it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But I also like the winter season because yeah, it gets cooler. I usually suffer from a lot of bug bites, and during this time of year, the bugs are all dead. And like I said, my birthday is around this time of year. I like the winter holidays because when I was growing up, my mom made it very special for me. It's one of those things where like you think the way that you grew up is the norm when that's not always the case. But in the days leading up to Christmas, my mom would like decorate like our grandma's house. She would bust out like these like inflatable little like Santa snowman toys, you know. They were like or not life size, but you know, think of how tall a 4-year-old child usually is. Think of that, and like think of inflatables that are that large. So like what, 3 feet ish? They're pretty big. So she would like pop them open. Not pop them open. She would like bring them out, set them up around the house. She would decorate the place with the tree, with the tinsel, you know, with stockings. So like around this time of year, the house would just look very festive. And I just kind of assumed that was the norm, you know. It's also because, you know, when you watch TV or like any kind of media that has like Christmas stuff, you know, sometimes the houses look like that as well. Sometimes like if you live in a well-to-do area, they can afford to have like really nice Christmas decorations. So I assumed that was the norm until I got a little bit older, and I found out that like not everyone is able to decorate, like either has the time or like the decorations or the money to get decorations to decorate like that. So like I asked my mom about that, and she said like, oh yeah, like I did that on purpose because like I wanted you to like, for one, have something to look forward to, but also to feel kind of the Christmas spirit. She says that in the Philippines, like they start decorating as early as September, you know, the Burr months, as they say. So sorry, something got stuck in my tooth, but my house always plain as fuck since I live on my own. You can decorate too, even if you don't have the decorations. I don't know, throw some tinsel on there. Wait, I've been to your house, Mega Bronson. I feel like it has a good amount of decoration. Not necessarily like winter Christmas, but like just general, like, you know, pictures, stuff on the walls, that kind of thing, paintings. Yeah, winter decoration is really tedious, but it's worth it in your opinion. Yeah, I agree, Kuriketa. I agree. So yeah, my mom would do that every winter around this time of year. I really enjoyed it, and of course, you know, like I grew up watching the TV, watching the telly. Yeah, we are kind of talking about the holidays, but I'm also just remembering like the last time I was over at your place. I feel like I don't know, would you say that like there's a certain type of like Filipino decorating aesthetic? Like it reminds me of this one time I went to a conference. I won't say specifically what it was about, but like it had to do with Filipinos. And part of that conference was like, it was kind of interesting because like the presenter was talking about like, did I go to that? No, you didn't. It was in our area. I was thinking that it was the one out of state, but no, it wasn't out of state. But I think I either went to it by myself. Yeah, I went to it by myself. You probably dropped me off though, but it was an interesting speech that this person gave because they were basically just listing off a whole bunch of Filipino stereotypes, but like in a positive way. It was a bit strange because she was saying things. Well, okay, this is what I mean. So like when you say that like not even just Filipinos, but if you say like, oh, insert community here is very community oriented. We don't like being alone. We like being with each other. It's a very general statement, right? Like, you can kind of fit a lot of cultures into that statement. Like, oh, Americans love community. Mexicans love community. Hondurans love community. Brazilians, Filipinos love like community and being with each other. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find a culture that doesn't fit that, you know? Like, I would only say like Finnish people, I guess, like based off what I've heard, like Norwegian Swedish people like being by themselves. They don't like community. Like, can you imagine? Oh yeah, I guess Japan. Yeah, Japan. But yeah, like, but the speaker was like saying a whole bunch of things kind of like in that vein, but then they started to get a little bit more specific, and one of them was like, Filipinos are maximalists. They don't like to be minimalists. And that was just funny to me because I was like right smack dab in the middle of my minimalist phase. And I wouldn't even call it a phase because I still do like minimalism. But it was just like funny to hear like, yeah, Filipinos are maximalists by heart. We love surrounding ourselves with things, with like memorabilia. I was gonna say paraphernalia. I don't know if that's the right word. That's not right. But memorabilia, and like we like surrounding ourselves with these things. And like, yeah, like I said, back then it was kind of just strange to me because like I wasn't smack dab in the middle of my Marie Kondo minimalism kind of like run. So I was like, I'm not a maximalist. I don't know about that, Chief. But that's kind of what that reminds me of because like at my parents' house, at my grandma's house, at my relatives' house, they do have like this kind of like decoration aesthetic of like not necessarily like, because for me also maximalism, if it's not done properly, it's just straight up hoarding. Wouldn't you say? Like, something about the word maximalism makes it seem like it's intentional. You know, as opposed to just hoarding. But like, what I'm saying is that like I noticed that like a lot of the Filipino households that I've been a part of, like even if like they grew up with not a lot of money or not a lot of means, like there's some kind of like big decoration. There's like shelves full of decorations. There's like paintings. There's the fucking the big spoon and the the Last Supper, you know? So I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's and like I said, it's kind of like what I said about the whole like blank loves community. I'm wondering if there's like a lot of cultures that just fit that, like blank loves decorating and like filling their house with memorabilia and things from their past. You know, like I feel like that sounds general enough that it would fit a lot of different cultures. Does that make sense? But yeah, so all that to say, wintertime. We had the Christmas decorations. I don't remember if we had a parol, like the one behind me, but I've definitely seen it like a little bit more into my adulthood when I like helped around with like Filipino communities. There's apparently a parol festival in certain parts of the country. I've never been to one, but I do think that they're pretty. So that's why that's behind me right now. It's not a stand. It's what Bean said, actually. Bean said that like I have a stand or a persona behind me. And at first I was like, no, it's just the parole. It's just a lantern. But then I started thinking about it like, well, like JoJo's stands are all named after music. What if mine is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You? Then the conversation becomes, well, then what's the ability? That I just keep on coming back every Christmas. I have to, just like Mariah Carey, I have to defrost. No, okay, during Christmas season, I'm active, but after Christmas, or maybe even after New Year's, then I freeze into an ice cube, and then I stay dormant until the Burr months. Or I guess in America, it's more so after Halloween. But then right on November 1st, I defrost. I defrost, and then that, I don't know, is that not kind of a shitty ability? That just means you lose out on most of the year because you're frozen, right? January, February season is lazy season, just like Frosty. Frosty's dead. Frosty melts. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's sleeping. No, he's water. He's dead. He dead. I agree though, Kudaket, it's also lazy season for me. Back when I was in community college, we wouldn't start back up until like Valentine's Day, like around like mid-February, so that's how Frosty sleeps, as water. But yeah, like January is also kind of lazy season for me, and like even at work, I because I'm in charge of scheduling, I made it so that we don't really come back until after the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So it kind of is, it's a nice little lazy season for me too. Even though like other workplaces and schools, they come back a little bit earlier. They usually come back like second, third week of January. But now that I have the power, I want to be lazy. And I also like reserving at least the, I don't know, do you guys do any like cultural traditions that relate to the New Year's? I'll probably also repeat this once it gets closer to New Year, but I'm not. It's funny that I was thinking of having a tarot session soon, but like I said, I'm like half and half when it comes to being superstitious. But one of my favorite things that I like doing just for the sake of doing is like New Year's traditions or superstitions, because like Filipinos have some interesting ones. There's like the on New Year's Eve, on the eve of the new year, usually you want to be wearing something with polka dots. Oh, maybe I should make a New Year's outfit too? Something that fits all of the traditions, because you're supposed to wear polka dots, you're supposed to have like some fruits. Grapes. Yeah. So like we have like you're supposed to eat or have like a round fruit, and I think it's like supposed to be like 12 different round fruits. I don't remember if they specify whether it has to be different round fruits, like if a bundle of grapes is not enough, you know? Like you have to have a grape and an orange and a grapefruit and what else is round? A tangerine, and I still haven't had a papaya yet, by the way, and I know that's not round, but I know someone's gonna ask. But that's one of the traditions, I believe. Like, you have to have different kinds of round fruit for good luck. And then, yeah, jumping to grow taller. Yeah. It never worked for me. even in real life, even in my human form, it didn't work for me. So IRL, my human form, I'm 5 feet. 5 feet nothing. Maybe I should put some lore for my bear form. Sun bears are usually 4 to 5 feet, so I'll say that my bear form is 4 feet. But yeah, so it never worked for me. But yeah, so for those who don't know, like one of the Filipino traditions, or I don't know if this is solely Filipino, but right at midnight, you should jump. You should jump because that's gonna make you taller. Like I said, it didn't work for me, but another thing is you should have change in your wallet so that you have something to jingle once the clock strikes 12, and that's like good luck. That's like inviting good luck. And I think another thing that invites good luck is open the windows or open the cupboards? Like basically you want to have good airflow. Like, whatever you do to have good airflow, such as, like, open the window. Maybe not open the door, but if you have, like, a screen door, keep that closed. You don't want, like, bugs coming in, but, like, the main door, I guess you can keep open. But, like, good airflow, because that gives, like, good flow to the spirits, to the energy, good energy. My mom also, like, would throw rice at the I think from the door. I think that's another tradition. And one of my favorite traditions for New Year's Day. Hey, Saku! Hello. We're just talking about, like, winter/New Year's traditions. There's some pretty interesting Filipino, like, New Year's traditions that I like a lot. But I was gonna say, like, one of my favorite traditions is, for New Year's Day is you're not supposed to sweep. But when I was younger, I took that as you're not supposed to clean. Because apparently, like, if you sweep, it sweeps out all the good luck for the year. But when I was younger, I was like, oh, that just means I don't have to clean. And that was just like my excuse to be lazy, essentially. Here we also use a specific color underwear depending on what you want in the new year. Oh, that's an interesting one. So is it like, you know, red for, I don't know, like love, or green for money? Is it something like that? Or does it like, is it patterns, you know? I take it as I'm not supposed to do any chores. But another one, I don't know if this is a Filipino one or just a personal one, but for me, I feel like New Year's Day always kind of like sets the tone for the rest of the year. So like if you work really hard on New Year's Day, or if you like I don't know, if you chill a lot New Year's Day, hopefully that means you get a really chill new year, basically. I'll give you one from my family, or I think black folks in general. You eat cabbage for New Year's to bring money into your life. Oh, that's an interesting one. We were talking earlier about how, like, including Kuriqueta also mentioned, like, 12 grapes. Like, we have round fruit. Round fruit is, like, supposed to give you good luck. So, cabbage, I feel like, is... You could argue that it's round, right? Right? I feel like that would work. Kuriqueta, red is love, green for good health, yellow for money. Ah, okay. Cool. See, this is what I like learning about. I like learning about, like, other traditions and stuff. Because, like I said, you don't necessarily have to be superstitious. It's almost like a fun little practice that you can do that, like I said, even if you're not superstitious, it's still, like, something that, you know, originates from generations before. So it's almost like a nice little tradition, right? But lol, you hate cabbage unless it's diced up and put in gyoza. That's me with carrots. Beans knows this very well. I am such a like brat when it comes to like veggies. I didn't grow up with veggies. So like I don't like carrots, and the only way that I like carrots is if they're diced up, if they're like so overcooked that they're like mushy and they're like in a stew and I don't really taste them. Diced up is fine. Cabbage I'm okay with. Though the only thing is I keep mixing up cabbage and lettuce. I'm okay with cabbage, but like yeah, for me carrots, I can't do celery. Cannot do. Oh, you're also a brat with veggies, some allergy issues, so that's understandable, right? Like, I keep thinking of this, like, I went to another conference where, like, they had no... I feel like, you know, like, for dietary restrictions, like, vegetarian diets is, like, the bare minimum. Like, if you're hosting some kind of big event, like, at least have a vegetarian option, right? They didn't even have that. They didn't have any vegetarian options, and it's like, yo, like... there are people with stricter, like, dietary restrictions than me. And I'm pescatarian, by the way, if I forgot to mention it. I'm pescatarian, so I can still eat fish, still have egg, I still have cheese, even though I'm lactose intolerant, but I still like it. But I feel like mine and vegetarian diets are, like, the easiest to, like, kind of accommodate for, because you just need a cheese pizza. That's all you need. Just give me a cheese pizza. Yeah, very bare of me, yeah. Some people also sweep the house at midnight to remove the bad vibes. Ah, that's almost like the opposite of the... Not opposite, but the thing that I said about New Year's Day, that you don't want to sweep because it sweeps out the bad, the good energy. So, hey, C-May! Hello, you like the comfy outfit? But to finish my thought about, like, dietary restrictions, as I was, like, walking away from, like, the meal area of this conference where they didn't have any, like, pescatarian options for me, I overheard someone else saying, like, oh, do you have vegan options? And the person was like, oh, I'm afraid not. And then, the person was like, oh, it's not even like that I'm vegan by choice. I'm vegan because of a meat allergy, or I think she had some kind of allergy, and I felt so bad for them because it's like, dang, like, it was like, I feel like it depends. So, like, you know, there are some vegan people that, you know, I guess are a bit uptight about, how do I say this? Like, there are some folks who are vegan that make it a very big deal. And there, because of that, there's this assumption by other people that like, oh, a lot of people are vegan simply by choice and that you could just revert back at any point. But there are people with allergies, right? Like, there are people with allergies that's not like, I don't know what I'm saying here, but basically what I'm saying is like there's people on both ends, and because of that there's people that think that like, oh, you're vegan, like oh, just eat around the meat, right? It's like, no, that's still gonna hurt my tum-tums. Yep, eating healthy is a struggle. Every dietitian or thing is like put an avocado and everything, and I'm horribly, oh no. Ugh, avocados are so good too, but I understand. Gotta be accommodating to all the homies, and vegan options are great for that. Yeah, because vegan, like, I feel like you fit a lot of dietary restrictions just by having vegan options. Like, you fit the pescatarian option, you fit the vegetarian option. You got a friend allergic to beef? Yeah, exactly. So there you go. I think it's not even just with veganism. I think it's with any kind of dietary restriction. Like, I've heard the horror stories of, like, servers just not taking it seriously and just being like, oh, pff, this person's pescatarian. Oh, come on. Like, you can stand to eat a little bit of chicken. And then, like, that's how restaurants get sued, because someone ends up with, like, anaphylactic shock with, like, an allergy reaction. And it's like, why did you give me the thing I told you not to give me? It's like, oh, I thought you were just, you know, I thought you were just being difficult. And it's like, no. There's most likely a reason. That's a lawsuit, yeah. It's when I used to frequent those subreddits, like, I have a guilty pleasure for, like, Am I the Asshole subreddit, and then, what was another one? Just lurking. I never post it on Reddit. It's a bit of a danger zone there. So yeah. And then C-May, I almost missed your message passing by before going outside. No worries, C-May. Glad you could drop by. But yeah, sometimes I like lurk in those certain ones. I have a friend born with diabetes who has to be careful getting soda in case she's not served diet. Oh no, yeah. I also had a friend who like they have what is it, celiac disease? Not just that, but like I also have a colleague who developed celiac disease when she became pregnant. So it's like not even stuff that you could be born with. Sometimes it's just stuff that develops like later on, you know? Then you have to change your whole diet, and then like that's another case where people don't take you seriously, because it's like, I just saw you eating meat like last month, and it's like, well, that was last month. Like, this is now. But I also had two friends in college. They were siblings who, like, I think they were just allergic to a lot of things. And like they had to be really careful because, like, I think nuts was one of them. Like nuts, they could literally go into like anaphylactic shock. So like we had to be like super careful with that. So the thought that there are people, especially servers, like not all servers, of course, like minimum wage job, like man, I wish all of them the best, but there are some people out there that just don't take that kind of stuff seriously, you know? I remember my high school friend who suddenly disappeared for a few weeks, came back to school diagnosed with diabetes. Oh no. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know, sometimes these things just develop later on, right? I think part of me is trying to remember, like, I feel like... No, I was gonna say, like, I don't think I developed any allergies in my age, but I developed, like, my lactose... I think I mentioned before, I'm lactose intolerant. It got worse with age. Because as a kid, I remember just eating up ice cream, no problem, you know? No problem at all. Now it's like, I have a decision to make. Like, do I eat this delicious ice cream and pay for it later, or do I deprive myself of the delicious ice cream? But not suffer in the fight room afterwards, you know? Because it really does feel like, you know, your guts are... Sorry, this is getting kind of TMI. I'm not going to talk about poopy stuff, but just like the sensation of pain. It's like your guts just being like clenched, essentially. So I'll change the subject after this, but like... But yeah, that's what the lactose intolerance feels like now. Like, I have to be really careful to get like almond or soy milk. Always carry an EpiPen because you never know. I hear a lot of people who don't know that they're allergic to things. Oh, that's very true. Beans told me that with the EpiPen too, like you have to be really careful with like how to use it too, because I think if you use it wrong, you could lose your thumb. And that was kind of scary to me when I worked with little kids, because I used to work a summer program. With little kids. It was K through 12, so like, you know, I worked with all age groups, but like sometimes I would have to watch over the little ones, you know? And the mom or the parents, the guardians would tell me like, oh, she has this allergy. Just in case, here's the EpiPen. And imagine yourself just as like a volunteer. Like, who's just like, I need something to do during the summer. I'm gonna spend it with like the little kiddos and like have a fun time. And then the parent or guardian hands you an EpiPen. And suddenly you kind of feel the weight of the world on you. It's like, oh my god, if I do this wrong, 1, I lose a thumb. 2, this poor child's life is literally in my hands right now. So, you know, like that's you feel the weight of the world, especially when it's little kids. So, luckily I've never had to use an EpiPen. But I've definitely been handed one and been told by a parent or guardian that, like, you know, just in case something happens, here it is, this is how you use it. So according to my uncle who does internal medicine, there are some people who can be categorized as diabetic 1.5 as they develop type 1 later in life because of their genes. But there's a recent discovery, so people don't really know about that. Ah, interesting. It's not actually called diabetic 1.5, is it? Kind of like generation 1.5, that one like paper about like Filipino generations. But no, I get what you mean though. It's almost like not a sleeper cell, like, but yeah, it's in your genes. Like, it could develop at any point, right? Yeah, Filipino or generation 1.5. For those who don't know, I feel like it's not necessarily just a Filipino thing, but like it just emerges. Yeah. When I say like generation 1.5, there was a paper that I read that like was by a Filipino author, and it was talking about Filipino populations. But apparently generation 1, when it comes to like immigrant populations, is generation 1 is the generation that immigrates to America or to like from their home country. That's generation 1. Generation 2 is the generation that's born after, like they are born in that country. So like, for me, I'm generation 2. I was born in the US to parents who like migrated to this country. But there is, according to this paper, there's also generation 1.5, which is you are born in the mother country and you migrate to like another country, but you are you're young enough that your formative years are still spent in the second country. So it's almost like an in-between, you know? I just brought that up because I think it's a pretty cool topic, and I don't think it's solely to Filipinos, but clearly it had enough of an impact that a Filipino author like wrote that paper. But yeah, so that's the how did we get to this topic? Allergies, food dietary restrictions, all that good stuff. Oh, we were talking about New Year's traditions and like cabbage and stuff. Still like cabbage. But yeah. In terms of traditions, though, we went over the ones where you're not supposed to sweep after. I have a personal one. I have a personal tradition. It's pretty local, though. I feel like it wouldn't necessarily dox me, but it definitely narrows down my location. But I watch a certain event that happens every New Year's Day. I'll just say that. And it's not so local that you could like identify my location, but it's like like she's definitely local to a certain part of the world. I think that could definitely be applied to immigrants in general, but that's definitely something that Filipino academics have pondered quite a bit as an identity and belonging. 1.5 immigrants. Yeah. Oh, definitely, because like when it comes to like, I guess talking about different immigration or different immigrant generations and different immigrant populations, there's a lot of things that are like unique, right? Considering like the politics of the mother country and all of that. So I could definitely see, like whenever it comes to like identity and talks of like the Filipino American experience. That's why if you look to the left of me, or if you look on the left side of the screen under possible chat topics, One of my favorite topics is like the Filipino American discourse, and it has the little tildes because, not in a mocking way, but just because there's a lot of it. And I feel like every just chatting stream I have is like always circles back around to like, so this is the Filipino American experience. We're talking about allergies. Well, this is the Filipino American experience when it comes to allergies. Like, oh, we're talking about folk dance. Let me tell you about the Filipino American experience with folk dance. Yeah, that's also one of the other topics on the left too, like ancient Egyptian brain surgery. That all of these are like very oddly specific, but it's because they launch into different wider topics, like why Jesus looks like that in medieval myth is actually a jump off point into me talking about medieval art and stuff like symbolism and like art history in general. Amut being the good as a girl, that's my jump off point into Egyptian mythology and like the intricacies of how we see things like oh, this is a fun word. Have you guys ever heard of the word chthonic? Chthonic, chthonic. I think it's actually pronounced chthonic, but basically it's a fancy word. It's a fancy academic word for a death god. Wait, is that right? Am I speaking out of my butt? Let me let me double check just to be sure I'm not talking out of my butt. Chthonic. Yeah, no, I was right. I was right. Like, chthonic means belonging to or inhabiting the underworld. Yeah, it's not a word that people hear too often, but yeah, chthonic. I'm just gonna put it in the chat, in the chthonic chat. Relating to the underworld. Yeah, so like a chthonic deity or a chthonic deity. Wait, how do you pronounce this? Let me see.
Thonic.
Oh, Thonic. Okay. It's like saying Sonic the Hedgehog, but with a slight lisp. So yeah, Thonic gods are gods that have to do with like death or the underworld. So like Amut in Egyptian mythology, as well as Anubis and Osiris, they're all examples of Thonic gods. Is that related to Cthulhu? That's a good question. I don't know, because like I'm not sure, because like you know that there's like the language associated with like Cthulhu and like kind of the Lovecraftian stuff. I don't know if he just made that up or if he like has some kind of etymology. Because some people say that Thulu is pronounced Thulu. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. Not Cthulhu. Oh, I've always heard it as Cthulhu, but I'm willing to bet that people are like that. That people are like, no, it's Thulu. So maybe that is like kind of the etymology behind it, you know? That like, you know, chthonic has to do with the underworld, and maybe Lovecraft was thinking of names. By the way, don't look into what his cat is named. That's always a wild thing to Google. Man. But yeah, I guess like Lovecraft was looking up names, and I guess he happened upon the name Thonic. Maybe that's where Thulu came from. What are some other Lovecraftian? There are some more. Kurakata knows what I'm talking about. Let's see. Because I actually haven't read any of Lovecraft's stuff. I have more so seen like I am an enjoyer of video essays, like many different kinds of video essays. And there's this YouTuber that I like. I haven't watched them lately, but Overly Sarcastic, who kind of animates different things from mythology, literature, history. And she like summarized a good chunk of Lovecraft's works. So I've only digested Lovecraft through those summaries, essentially. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time. I might have to cut it short soon. I know I was saying that I might do tarot, but I think probably not, because one, it's starting to get late, and two, the bot that I use for tarot in the chat wasn't working. So I might have to move it to another day, maybe sometime next week. But yeah. So I guess this stream was pretty much just dedicated to showing off the little outfit. But yeah. But this is also giving me some ideas for future outfits as well. So maybe I should do like a New Year's themed outfit, one that fits all of the traditions. So I should have like 12 different fruits, or maybe just a bundle of grapes, some polka dots. What else? Did you hear about Lovecraft and the theory of how his monsters were influenced by his exposure to LGBTQIA culture in New York? It's how my brain works. No worries. I haven't heard about that, but I heard that one of his stories was like based off of his like reaction to seeing an air conditioner work for the first time, and that like it gave him like a lot of existential fear for whatever reason, and that's why he made a story about like something with like cold air, I want to say. I gotta look back on it. But I have like no doubt in my mind, like from what I've heard about Lovecraft, he wasn't exactly a super open-minded person. So like, so I could definitely imagine him like being like, oh my god, like gay people, this is terrible, and just writing a story about it. Like he's definitely the kind of person that would use like the word queer as like a slur. Most definitely. Let me see if I can find that video I was talking about. The No, not that. Okay. Lovecraft overly sarcastic. I'll link it in the chat. This is my only pretty much like exposure to Lovecraft's work, so I'm gonna put that in the chat. Oh, and you gotta so to my understanding, Lovecraft was raised in a traditional hypermasculine environment, but when he came into contact with New York lesbians, he got really unsettled by women in suits going to gay clubs. Dang. Dang. But yeah, like I said, from everything I've heard about Lovecraft, like it tracks. Like he seems the type to kind of like write these really interesting stories. How unbased of it. Women in suits is the best thing that has ever existed. Agree. Like, definitely agree, Kudaketa. 100%. I'm thinking of Chainsaw Man, but there's definitely more. Hellsing. Hellsing has some good examples of that. But yeah, so, you know, Lovecraft seems the type to like encounter something that is unfamiliar to him and immediately be like, oh, the horrors, the horrors. I'm going to write about the horrors. Most definitely, yeah. But yeah, so I think with the time that I have left, because I also don't want to be too loud as the night gets a little bit deeper and darker. Next week is Thanksgiving, Bearsgiving. I'm going to be celebrating with the fam bam on Thursday, so no stream then. And most likely Saturday as well, so no stream. I usually never stream on Sundays. That and Wednesday is my rest day, but I think I'm going to change it up. I'm thinking I'll stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Especially because I'm not going to the office on Wednesday. That's one reason why that's usually my rest day, is because I usually go to the office. But I'm not this week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will stream. I'm thinking maybe Slime Rancher, Chance of Sonar. Maybe we'll bring back the traditional art streams again with the hand cam. And then I'll stream again Friday. And that's it. So I'm gonna have to decide what to do. I haven't done tarot or hieroglyphs in the past 3 weeks. So maybe I'll fit that into next week. Alright, so nice. Yeah, and thanks for joining Young Childish and everyone. Kudaketa. Who else was in here? Apu, Mega Bronson, Saku, Beans, L, Astro Himbo, Sime, Apu, and Taco. Thanks for joining the big reveal. My usual, this isn't my usual streaming time, by the way. I just wanted to make room for the Armis Boys debut, but usually my stream time is 6:30 PST, 11:30 JST. But if this time works for folks, I might consider doing like a once a month stream at this time. But otherwise, I think before it gets too late in the night, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. But thanks everyone for joining. I'm gonna see who I can... Is anyone streaming right now that I can raid into? Let me check. Let me refresh. Thank you, Kudaketta, for joining. Thank you everyone for joining. Let me stop raids. Let me see who is currently... Professor Lando? Okay. Let's raid into Professor Lando then. Let's do that. You have a good one too, Young Childish. Thank you so much for joining. You're awesome. You're all awesome. Let me go ahead and do my outro screen. Oh, look at that. The little parole is like... It's cutting off the text, but I think that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and raid Professor Lando. See you all. Have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon, etc. Bye!